I'm live right now. Just trying to make sure this is working. So I'm sorry. If you can hear me, please let me know. I'm just going to get set up here really fast. You can see I have my rabbit's cage over there. So today I just wanted to talk about stuttering and anxiety. And recently I've gotten a lot of questions about how do I cope with stuttering and anxiety, and how I cope with anxiety as a whole. And so I just really wanted to take this time and just leave the floor open for any of you guys, if you guys have any questions or anything for me. Or if you have anything that you would like to say or talk about. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay here. Okay, good. So far, Aaron's Stuttermaster says, I like your name, asks, or says we can hear you. Coastal World says hi, hello. So, yeah, one thing that I think is big, especially like when you do stutter, is that anxiety can be a huge issue. And I know for me that has especially been true. I think I've made a few videos on it. Young Folkers Ma says hoi hoi. And I just wanted just to take this time just to talk about that. So I know for myself, for instance, I honestly, anxiety is a big thing for me because I have had anxiety since I was very, very young. And it's always been a thing that's kind of not like stopped me in things in life, but has just, it's just always, I feel like socially it has held me back just with being outgoing, and you know I'm a very shy person, which is fine, and it's fine if you're shy. For a long time I didn't think that was okay, because I would always have people saying like, oh yeah, you know, you have to be more outgoing, can't be really shy, and I'm just like, it's not my personality. Like I'm just not a like super outgoing person. But when, you know, when I'm just with my husband, or when I'm with family, I'm actually really outgoing. Like actually between my husband and I, usually I'm the one that's actually loud. So that's kind of funny. So yeah. So it's just more in like big groups I get really shy. But anyway, so if you guys have any questions or anything, then just leave in the comments box, and we'll wait for more people to log on here. One thing I know, especially in school, anxiety can be a really big issue, and yeah, so I'm very, yeah, like Coastal World says, extrovert at the house, introvert outside. Yeah, that would actually describe me very, very well. I'm an introvert at heart, but in my house, I'm actually really loud. So I don't know if you can see my rabbit right down there. His name is Reggie. Hi, bud. So cute. Okay. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions or anything regarding, oh yeah, and you can also see that he chewed on that box too. But so yeah, I just wanted just to talk a bit about this, and just, you know, say that if you are experiencing anxiety, whether you do stutter or not, it's fine. You know, I have family. I mean, everyone in my family does not stutter. and it's completely, you do feel different. Like, I do feel like I have a little more social anxiety than others in my family, and that's okay. I guess so. I mean, it does kind of stop me from, talking when we're out or that type of thing. But I will say though that me and my sister, we have had some very fun times, just like goofing off, and like when we go out. There was one time I ordered a Starbucks drink in a British accent, and that was really really funny. So, but I probably say my whole family, like, I do get the most nervous, I guess, unless there's others in my family who aren't really saying if they do get nervous or not, or whether they get anxiety or not. So yeah, and I do think that does have to do with stuttering. I honestly will say. But yeah, it's just something that, honestly, I didn't realize the feeling of anxiety, how that feeling really was, until, I don't know, I'd say a few years ago. I honestly didn't even know what anxiety felt like. Like, I didn't even know what that feeling was like until, I'd say, a few years ago, when I started to do some research on it, and I I was like, wow, I definitely have anxiety. And I could never understand what that feeling was, because I would just randomly get really, really nervous, and I would just randomly, like, my stomach would always be flipping and everything. And I know that a lot of that was because of stuttering and just being nervous in regards to stuttering when I would, just live my life, even talking on the phone, even talking to family, like, no, even if it was my parents. Or it's funny though, because with my spouse, I don't get anxiety when I talk to my spouse, which is nice, because that's not something that I would want to experience. So especially when you're living with that one person. And so yeah, so this is a live video, so I can keep talking the entire time, but I'll read some of your comments. And if you guys have any questions or anything, please let me know. When will your family be here? They'll be here in 3 weeks from now. Hey, I'm glad that you're back doing live videos, Jordan Hockier. Yes, I'm really glad. I know I haven't done one in like 4 months, man. So much has happened this year. It's insane. So much change. Coastal World, I honestly want to hear your opinion on Hurricane Irma and Maria. Honestly, I think they are terrible. I have never been to Florida, and I've never been anywhere down there in the south part of the U.S., but it's honestly horrible what's been going on. So, when it's sunny out, like now, everyone's outside eating, drinking, socializing. Wouldn't you say Holland is the perfect country to treat social anxiety? It's not something that you can treat, really, and it's funny because it's not something like where you can just like go out, and if you're around others, you can't just take it away. It doesn't matter where you are, and actually being around others can make it worse. So, like in the U.S., for instance, I've always lived in more like suburb rural areas, and so that was actually better because I would not be as like nervous as opposed to going out in like a city or anything. So it's more when I'm around a lot of people is when I can get like really nervous, and I know that's true for others as well. So it just really depends, but no, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with it, honestly. So I live in the UK, so I'm lucky that we don't get hit by hurricanes. Yeah, I am from Washington State. I was born in Washington State in the USA, so we never experienced any hurricanes or anything like that. We do. we do experience earthquakes, and we're actually going to be moving back to Washington State in 4 weeks, and I'm so excited! Yay! So yeah, so that will be fun. But you know, I've never lived anywhere where there are hurricanes, so it's very sad though. You know, I just think of I think of all of the animals stuck and everything, and like all of the gross water, because when the water is going through the city and everything's flooding, it makes everything really really dirty. You know. But one thing I don't get though is how anyone can just leave their pets behind. That to me does not make any sense. So I don't. I live in the coast. I live in the West, not California. We've been getting tiny little earthquakes. Yeah. I like I was saying, I'm from Washington State, so we would get earthquakes and stuff. I mean, not like super huge, but. And then I was also raised in Arizona, so we didn't really get any natural disasters. Really, we would get dust storms once in a while though, which could be pretty intense. So, but yeah, that's one thing is like since living in Europe, I can tell that they don't really experience any sort of natural disaster, you know? So it's interesting. Very, very different for sure. Orange Color says, watch The King's Speech. Oh, I love The King's Speech. That movie is so good. Yes, I actually have it. Or my parents have it. That movie is amazing. Here, bud. I'm gonna get my rabbit. So this is Reggie. Okay, bud. This is my bunny. He's so scared. He's always so scared when I pick him up. It's really sad. It's okay, bud. I love you. So this, yeah, I just, yeah, I just think with all those hurricanes though, yeah, it's just, I mean, honestly, it's shocking how something so powerful can occur through nature. It's honestly unfathomable. They call the dust storms in Arizona haboobs. Oh, okay. I did not know that. Which is weird because I had lived in Arizona for about 12 years, so that's actually shocking. That I did not know that. I love you. I love you, bud. I will say though that Arizona, they would get some really big thunderstorms, but they haven't really gotten me too much. How did your local bakery react when you told them you're going to the U.S.? We didn't tell them that we're going back to the U.S., so we're not like, I mean, really close or like friends really. So I don't know if they recognize us every time we come in, so we didn't really tell anyone actually. Hi, bud. I just love his huge feet. Like, look at these feet. Huge. Little bunny feet. Or big bunny feet. But yeah, so I mean, I think that, you know, like doing things, I always talk about anxiety and confidence, I think kind of go hand in hand, you know, because when you're doing things, again, for instance, that like make you feel good and in turn can make you look good. Like for instance, I really like to work out a lot, and when I say work out, that means high intensity workouts, yoga, walks. And one thing too is I love playing around with makeup, and that makes me feel so good. And it's like I feel good without makeup too, but it's like it's an art, and it's just something that just makes me feel good. Baking is something I love doing too. You know, just doing certain things that just make you feel good, I think can really help too. You know? How do you control your anxiety when you stutter or get a block? Okay, so Now when I get anxiety, when I stutter or when I get a block, I'll think, I just try to look at the big picture, and I try to think like, okay, it's not the end of the world if I block. And if I do block, I kind of just laugh. It's honestly my own natural reflex if I do get a block to laugh. So, if I'm going to like Starbucks, for instance, and I'm saying like, okay, and I'm saying like, can I get a, I'll just say, can I get a peppermint hot chocolate? I'll just stutter right through it, and my expression will kind of be like this. So almost like I'm laughing at myself. So I don't really, I can't really control a block that I may have. A lot of times, I might be kind of tense, or I'm not breathing right. So I have noticed that usually if I do block, I'm not breathing correctly. Like even now, if I'm talking on this live stream and I'm stuttering, I am subconsciously holding my breath, and I don't even realize it until just now when I said so. So like if I'm talking right now, like if I breathe, like I won't really stutter as much. For me, I just have to relax, and I just have to just breathe. Just make sure I have as least stress as possible in my life, that type of thing. And so for me, it's a lot about stress management as well, because I will admit I do stutter more when I'm stressed. So like I said, for me, that's like doing different things, like doing things I love, like baking, doing something artsy, playing with makeup, playing with my pets, all that kind of stuff. So, playing with my bunny. Oh, he's so cute. I just love him so much. Bye. I love you. I love you. I'm going to put you down, though. Okay. There's no, plug-in. I'm going to have to move locations because there is no plug-in here. So, hold your horses, guys. Hold your horses. Second. Hold on. Okay. So, hopefully the lighting will be okay, because I don't really have much of a choice, because I have to plug in my laptop, and there's not, some of the plugins in this room are not in the best locations. So, 1 second. Okay. There we go. Let's see how this is. Maybe I'll face this way. It's the wall. Okay. The King's Speech was the first film that finally gave me a huge insight into honestly, The King's Speech. I was so glad that they did make a film on that, because, there's not too many movies and too many things on stuttering, so I thought that was so cool that they actually did come out with something, with a movie that did talk a bit about that. I thought that was really, really cool. So yeah, I was really excited when they came out with The King's Speech. Okay, you know what? I'm going to move somewhere else because it's really dark and you guys probably cannot see me very well. So hold on 1 second. Hey, David, I'm going to move over there because it's really dark over here. Okay? So just 1 second. Yeah, like my laptop's dying, so. Or the battery's dying. Okay. Hey, David, is it fine if I unplug your chart, David? Okay. Hopefully this is better. Will you continue learning German? I don't know. Yeah, I'm in the school for it, so I'll be learning as much German as I can. But I'm entering my last quarter of German. Why is this in church? Okay. But I'm entering my last quarter of German in winter. So after that, no, I'll be done learning German. Must be for a stutter. How did you start enjoying the Netherlands? Do you have relatives there? Yes, I'm actually half Dutch, so I actually have dual citizenship. with the Netherlands, and I do have family here. And my husband came here last May, and we really thought that we would like to live here for a bit. But when we came here, we didn't want to live here permanently. So there's a lot of things we missed in the U.S. and really missing family as well. So, do you feel embarrassed when stuttering in front of people? Says Sulman Akhtar. Yeah, I mean, I honestly will admit that I do feel embarrassed when I do stutter in front of people, more so in a huge group. But I mean, it honestly does make me, pretty self-conscious. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. Like every time I do stutter in front of someone, I just feel like I'm not like as good as them, I guess you could say. And I really try to combat that feeling by doing things that make me feel confident. And I know that can be hard, but yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I do stutter in front of someone, I don't feel that good. So I just try to, just look at the big picture and think, it's just my voice. It's not a big deal. So yeah. Mango Vines, you are beautiful. Thank you. Can you please suggest some exercise to get rid of stuttering? There is one thing I know that I can. There is one technique that I know that does work for me, and it is. I feel like I had some hair on my lip. Sorry. And it's where you breathe on the flow. You speak on the flow of breath. So like I'm gonna breathe in. I forgot what it's called, but you breathe in, and then as you're breathing out, you talk on the flow of breath. So you breathe in. Hi, my name is Minka. I live in the Netherlands. Like I still will stutter sometimes, but it does help a lot. So for me, that's one technique that has worked a bit. But I mean, I don't really know too many techniques because for me, like I have to be thinking about them nonstop, and it's not really a cure. You would have to go to a speech therapist for that. And if you do use techniques or anything, you just have to try and apply them and think about them. And when I'm in my daily life, I'm not constantly thinking like, oh, don't forget to do this technique, and don't forget to do this. So I just stutter right through everything. Orange colors. My dad and I went to a store and asked the clerk for help. My dad couldn't get the words out. I watched the guy roll his eyes. It has stuck with me. That's really sad. Honestly, that guy must have been not a smart guy. That would be hard to watch that happen to your dad. I don't have anyone in my family who stutters, so I don't know how that would look, looking out. But yeah, I think that people like that, they have a cold heart. I mean, like really, they have a cold heart. They just don't understand. They don't care. They're not educated to know what, that there could be something different about the person. And it honestly makes them look stupid on their part, but they don't realize it. So nothing you can really do about it. Have you ever been anywhere else in Europe? Yes, I have been to France, Germany, Belgium, and then the Netherlands. And then I've been to Canada and Mexico as well. And obviously the USA, multiple different states, because I am from there. Jordan Hakir, I wish people would realize that the anxiety is a consequence of living with a debilitating stammer. And it's not our fault that we are nervous or have anxiety about stammering. Yeah, I know. Like, it's just people, they don't really understand it, Like, they just don't understand it. I have met some people in my life who do try to understand it, but overall, that percentage is honestly quite small. I usually have people get a little awkward around me when I do stutter, so I'm not really, I don't really like that too much, so, but Yeah. Especially like I know like when we do stutter, I know for myself when I stutter, I'm just like get so nervous and just have a lot of anxiety. And people, I didn't even associate that with stuttering until, a few years ago, really. I just always thought I was just like nervous all the time. I didn't know why I was nervous all the time. I was like, oh my gosh, like, why am I nervous all the time? You know? And I honestly didn't know why. So, thank you so much. Mango Vine says, Silman Akhtar, stuttering has ruined me because depression and social anxiety came with it, and now I don't want to do anything or get out of bed. Yeah, stuttering can definitely be, a huge reason for depression as well, and or depression can definitely be a symptom of stuttering. And I mean, really, the best thing I can say about that, what works for me is I try to do things that de-stress me, that just make me relax, that just make me feel happy. I don't want to sound corny, that things that fulfill my soul, which is doing creative things. So, but I'm really sorry about that. It is important to go out there and not just stay in bed, because it'll only make you feel worse. Coaster World says, I've never left the USA, but I've been as far east as Nebraska. Oh, wow. Yeah. I'm from the West Coast, but when I joined the Marine Corps, I was stationed on the East Coast of the USA. So I've been pretty much everywhere in the U.S., most except the Midwest, the South, and honestly much of the East Coast. I've only been to a few states on the East Coast. But yeah, hopefully I will see more states. Now I don't feel pleasure in things which I did before. Maybe you just have to discover new things that you like. I mean, you just have to think that everyone has something, and I know that we do have, we do stutter, which can, it can be really debilitating and really depressing. But we only have, we have this life on this earth, and I just think it's important to just not focus so much on the stuttering, because if you let it get to you too much, you can just get really depressed. And I used to really let it get to me a lot, and I was just feeling, down all the time, So, but just know though that you're not alone. I mean, really, you're not alone. That was one thing when I started my YouTube channel last year, is that I realized I was not alone, and I had only known a few stutters in my life, but now I know so many from starting this channel. Jordan Hockier, past experiences always make me feel more anxiety too. Yeah. No, I know. Actually, I know exactly what you mean, because sometimes I'll think about, when I was in high school, or I had experiences with stuttering, and it'll make me really nervous still, or thinking about my teachers laughing at me, or kids or students laughing at me. That can be really, it can be a very stressful thing to think about. So I just really try to not think about those things. But yeah, that can cause anxiety as well. Nappy Alex says, you're beautiful, your husband is lucky. Thank you. Jordan Hockier says, have you been watching any shows on Netflix recently? Since we have moved to the Netherlands, no. But when we move back, then we're going to activate our Netflix again. They do have Netflix here, but we're just going to wait till we get back. So we've just been watching movies on YouTube. However, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen the show called Into the West. It's a really, really good show. It takes place during the 1800s in the USA, during the American frontier time period, and the Civil War, and the American or the Native Americans, and it's really, really good. So Many times I wanted to kill myself. Oh, yeah, I mean, yes, stuttering can cause you to. I'm going to be careful when I say this, but I mean, to have thoughts like that. And it's just important to know that you're not alone, and doing that is not going to fix anything. It's only going to hurt your family, and it's only going to hurt your friends. So just know that your life is so much worth more than that. Honestly, stuttering is not worth that at all. Nothing is worth that. Did you have experienced the worst experience in high school? Actually, no. My worst experience was when I joined the Marine Corps. I actually made a YouTube video on it. But the worst experience I experienced stuttering was when I was in Marine Corps boot camp, and we had to say, I forgot what it's called, but you have to like every few days you have to do fire watch, it's called, where you and one other person, you have to make sure that all of the weapons are tied to the racks, and you have to count how many people are in the room. And just go watch my video on it, because I'm not going to say the entire experience now, but I stuttered really, really bad. The video is called "The Most Embarrassing Stuttering Experience," and I talk about it there. But let's just say that it took me like 10 times to say every single word, and I had to say like 45 words. Like literally, I was like when I had to say good night, I would say like good. Like it didn't end. Like I was like, oh my gosh. And then everyone in the room, like 70 other girls, were just laughing at me. It was really embarrassing. So, yeah. I struggle with suicide thoughts because of my stammer, so I know how you're feeling. The only reason I didn't kill myself is because I'm a strong Christian. Yeah, I mean, in some ways, religion can help with that, but just know in yourself that nothing is worth that. I mean, I've had those thoughts in the past, but I would never do it, because I love my life, I love myself, and even though I stutter, I mean, it's only a small part of me. So, how much Dutch do you speak daily? Honestly, not that much, because I don't speak fluent Dutch. I understand a lot of Dutch, but everyone here speaks English very well. So if we're going out and we're speaking Dutch to someone, they immediately hear our American accent, our American English accent, and they start speaking English back to us. They love speaking English here, so it's very hard to like learn Dutch. So I plan on going. Oops, hold on. I feel like I missed someone. Oh, so Matt. Sorry if I missed your guys' comments. Matt Macfisto says, Minka, I missed your live streams. I know, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Solomon Akhtar, why are you going back to the USA? Because I really miss the USA, and I miss my family there so much. It's very different when you move somewhere to a different country and you don't have family there, and it's not what you're used to. It can honestly be really hard. I just could not picture myself living here the rest of my life, because I just miss my family so much, Just certain things, like going out to eat with them, just doing family things. Like, to me, family is so important, so, yeah. And I'm from Washington State, and I really miss the huge mountains and just the lakes and just the vast nature and forests and everything. So, I love the state of Montana a lot. I plan on going into the Navy after high school, although my recruiter said there's nothing to worry about, but I'm still a little nervous because stuttering will affect my time there. I mean, in my experience, I have known people who stutter who did join the military, and they were fine. So I know of an infantry officer who was a captain in the Marine Corps, and he was fine, and he did stutter. So Yeah. You may get a bit more nervous, though. I will say, you know, I did have more anxiety because, like, I had a lot of anxiety in the Marine Corps because of my stuttering. So I'm sorry if everyone thinks I'm weird, but right now I feel like I'm the only non-stutter here. Don't worry. A lot of my followers actually don't stutter, so you're not alone. Dan Rope says, "Good day, ladies and germs." Hello. You read only question. I'm not really sure what you mean by that. And then Solomon Akhtar says, "Why are you moving back to the USA?" Yeah, so I just said I just really miss family, and I do miss things in the USA a lot. I didn't think I would, but I really do miss stuff in the USA a lot. At the moment, I'm just trying to find a job, which is so hard when you stammer. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like when I move back to the Washington, I'm going to be getting a job, and I'm really nervous for that because, like, one of the things I'm most nervous for are interviews. I'm very nervous for that, like really nervous. So I'm trying to, you know, to just, you know, relax about it and not worry about it. But what helps me is thinking I'm not alone. You know, I'm not the only person who stutters who's, you know, trying to get a job or whatever. So, yeah, I totally get what you mean, Jordan, for sure. Funny facts, I can speak 3 languages and I stutter in all of my languages. Well, that's really cool that you do speak three languages, first of all. Yeah, I have found overall, like, when I am trying to speak Dutch or whatever, I still will stutter a bit in it. But when I speak English, I probably will speak, when I speak English, I probably do stutter the most. But when I will speak Dutch or German, I still do stutter when I speak German or Dutch, so. That one, loogie. How should I prepare for presentations? I can't help but worry for weeks about upcoming presentation. I actually did make a video about giving presentations. It's on my channel. Just a few tips for that is sometimes it can help if you look at the audience. Sometimes it can help if you look past the audience. You know, if you're looking at the back of the room. But for me, I just really try to smile as much as I can, you know. A lot of times I will tell the audience, too, that I do stutter ahead of time, so it kind of eases everything. So I feel like if I just, like, start stuttering, you know, I just get, like, really embarrassed, and they'll get a bit awkward, you know. So I just, yeah, I just tell the audience that I do stutter, tell your instructor, or tell your teacher that you do stutter as well. Nappy Alex said, yeah, just ask the teacher about your stutter. You can tell your teacher. Yeah, true. So yeah, just let the audience know that you do stutter. I say when I was in school, that gave me the most anxiety was when I had to present in front of an audience. Oh my gosh. Wait, you're moving back for good? Yes, I am moving back I'm moving back at the end of October for good. Yes, very excited too. Jordan says, it's my dream to visit a few states in America. It's such a beautiful country. Yeah, I mean, that's one thing I realized too is once you live in America, it's such a huge country. There's so many different states, so many different landscapes. I'm a huge nature person. And I didn't realize how much I missed it until I did move to the Netherlands. And where I'm from too, there's mountains everywhere, and it's so gorgeous. It's so quiet. So America, it really is a gorgeous country. You know, it's not all like I know that a lot of Europeans, especially, they like New York City, you know, or some of the big cities in America. But America. And those are nice places too, but America is so much more than that. I mean, it's just land after land, just huge, just tons of open space. It's really nice. Yeah, I live specifically in Utah. Oh, Utah is a beautiful state. I love that state so much. Utah is gorgeous. Yes. Why don't you move to California and live the LA life? Honestly, California, I would not want to live there. It's too crowded, it's too expensive, and I like mountains, forests, and lakes, and snow, which they don't have. So I'm not really a huge city person. I like living in more rural areas or suburbs. Macfisto says, "Is your husband going to get his job back, or is he going to have to look for a new one?" Actually, he used to be in the Marine Corps, so he's out now. So he's going to be getting a completely different job. Let's see here. Because LA sucks, Seattle is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of LA at all. I don't like those big cities, but I do like Seattle though. So I am very excited to go back there. I haven't been to Washington, guys, since I was like, I've been to Washington since I was, man, like 6 years. I haven't been there in 6 years. And that's the place where I was born, so I'm really excited to see it. Sojong says, "You're so pretty. Love from London." Oh, I honestly would love to go to London sometime. I'm sorry if the connection's not good right now. So I'm really sorry if it's getting bad or if the connection's low. Bishop Shaw says, "Have you ever passed on jobs because of your stuttering? What is your dream job?" So I joined the Marine Corps, and I did that for 3.5 years. So I did that for most of my job life after high school, and all I had to do was sign a contract for that. So I've never done actual interviews or anything like that, so I honestly don't know yet. And then I used to work at a daycare, and that was owned by some of our friends. So I didn't have to do any interview for that either. And then I worked at a smoothie shop that was also owned by a friend of a friend. So I didn't have to do an interview for that. So getting jobs for me was easy. But now I'm going to be getting a job where I will have to do interviews. So I'm a little nervous for that. Oh, and my dream job, so to be honest, my dream job is to do something in regards to baking. My dream would be to stay at home and just bake all day long and be able to get paid from that, because I love to bake so much. You know, I love to play around with recipes. I really love it. And I've been getting into it more too recently. And I actually started a YouTube channel that I'm starting a YouTube channel where I'll be posting recipes that I bake. So I'm really excited for that. When I think of Washington, I think of cloudy, lots of rain, forests, beautiful. Yes, Washington, they do get lots of rain, but you know what's really weird? They got their first rain like last week, but they didn't get any rain since like June. So this past summer, Washington, they literally had almost no rain for 3 months straight. I am dead serious. It was really, really weird. So it rains a lot, and they do get sun though, but yes, it is cloudy a lot. But I actually like rain, so it's okay. And then where I'm going to be living, it's going to be a smaller town in the mountains, and they get snow too, so I'm really excited for that. Miss Sunshine says, "Hey there, I'm a stutter from Germany. Hallo, guten Abend." Okay. I told my teacher, and she told me I can present after school in front of her. I was stuttering terribly, and I felt bad to make her uncomfortable. That is so nice. Your teacher is wonderful. That honestly does not happen very often, so that's really sweet that she let you talk after, or present to her in present to her privately. That's awesome. T Lover 112 says, "Love you so much. Love from Wisconsin." Hi. I actually would like to go to Wisconsin sometime. I've never been anywhere in the Midwest, but my husband is from Missouri, so yeah. Solomon Akhtar says, "But LA is a land of opportunity. You go to LA to make it." Yeah, but I mean, I'm not I don't like LA. I mean, you don't have to go to LA to make it. I mean, it depends if you want to be an actor or like do something. But nowadays, doing things online, you can, there's ways to make money and do things where you don't have to be like specifically in a certain place. But yes, I mean, I will say LA is a good place to, make it. But I prefer to be in Washington because my family is there and I love Washington so much. It's my home state. Miss Sunshine says, I absolutely love children and my dream is to become an elementary teacher, but I stutter, so we'll see. I think all in all, it's possible to work as a teacher when you're having a stutter. Yeah, I mean, if you want to teach, then go for it, Like, I don't think you should let anything stop you. I honestly would not... Like for me, I don't want to do a job where I'm talking a lot because I know my anxiety will be through the roof. So it's just I just don't want to do something that where I'm talking a lot. So, but that is great though. LA is too crowded and too famous. It's just an ugly place. Yeah, it's just honestly the whole LA scene is not my scene at all. Like, if you guys know me, I'm a really quiet person. I like to read. I'm not like a show-offy person. I'm not the LA type of person at all. Like, I'm not saying that everyone in LA shows off or anything, but from what I've heard, and I do have family in LA, I mean, it is a very money-driven world over there, so... I enjoyed your mukbang videos. Our Subways over there have the same sandwiches and veggies. Any different one from the States? Thank you. I'm really glad you like my mukbang videos. I honestly really like doing them, and I will be doing more of them. But honestly, the Subways here are way better. So it's because, I mean, no offense to the U.S. Subways, but they don't really use fresh meats and vegetables. My sister used to work at Subway in the U.S. and she said it was terrible. Like she said that a lot of stuff at the Subway was just not fresh at all. So, but the ones here though, they use real meats and like 100% real. It's not like processed, and the vegetables is more fresh. And it just tasted a lot better to me. So, yeah. And then Dan Rope says, nowadays we stutters have a lot more visibility thanks to Rick and Morty and the movie It. And the stutters are main characters in them too. So that's cool. I feel a bit more normal now. Oh, I haven't seen the movie It or Rick and Morty, so I didn't know that the main character stuttered. That's actually really cool though. Yeah, I do think that there is more, that the average person is getting to know more about stuttering and stuff, because there are more movies being made about it, and, more characters in these movies stutter, excuse me, which is a good thing, And of course we have YouTube too, you can make videos and someone will be like, oh, he or she stutters, so. Congrats, or JMac says, now, wow, congrats on 1K subs, you're doing really well. Thank you. Solman Akhtar says, what did you and your husband study in college? So me and my husband, we were actually in the United States Marine Corps, and we're out now, and I'm currently in school, and he is in school too, and he is actually just starting school, and he's going to be studying sociology, and I'm studying world history and religious studies. Yes. Lil Lou says, I don't know why you got anxiety. You're a woman and attractive one as well. Thank you, but I mean, to me that I mean, I still have a lot of anxiety, so that doesn't really have anything to do with it. So I still have massive anxiety, so Although I will say on certain days, like if I feel like I look good or something, that honestly does help with having anxiety. So I mean, I will say that, but Yeah, I mean, I don't think you're like, your looks or anything don't have to do with how much anxiety or how little anxiety you do have. It's just kind of a thing, They say even like the most top models, top actors and actresses, they still have anxiety or depression or, all these types of things. So, Tea Lover says, you should come one time. I talked to you on Instagram. I actually did try a live Instagram yesterday on my Instagram account, and the audio was not working, so I have to fix that somehow. I don't know why it was not working. It was very weird. Exu Supreme Being says, you single or married or what? I am very happily married to my husband, yes. Pradeep Kumar Markuan says, hi, my name is Pradep, and I can't say my name every time. So what should I do? Okay, so honestly, I have a lot of trouble also with saying my name. I will stutter really, really badly when I have to say my name. And I haven't had to say my name in a long time, so I haven't experienced that much recently. But honestly, I just stutter through it, but I get massive anxiety before I have to say my name every single time. So you're not alone, I promise. Solman Akhtar says, how much is Netherlands different from the USA? The Netherlands is very different. I will say that here, though, overall, people do seem to be happier overall than in the USA. I mean, there is more. I will say in the USA, though, they are more when it comes to baking and like recipes and stuff. Like, for instance, I like to cook and bake. They're more basic here when they cook and bake, whereas in the USA, they're more into like recipes and baking things from scratch. And here there are so many bakeries, so they don't really bake as much. Whereas in the USA, there's grocery stores everywhere, all kinds of chains, all kinds of brands, all kinds. So, I mean, there's many differences. Here in Holland, everything is very close. And where I'm moving to in the USA, there's mountains everywhere and water and just vast land, and everything's very spread out. So, yeah, there's many differences. I can honestly go on, but yeah. Are kids in the future for you guys? Actually, we just had a miscarriage a few weeks ago. So I was actually pregnant only a month ago, and it died. So yes, but we are going to be having kids. So, but yeah, we just had a miscarriage. But yes, so we are going to be having kids. Oh man, you are married. Okay, well this got awkward. Take care. I'll pass still from time to time. Okay, bye. Yes, Jane says, hey Minka, give me a high five. How are you? How's your channel progressing? And where's David, the Xbox lover? Betsy and your cute bunny. Say hi to them all. Okay, I will. I will. My bunny, he's actually sitting over there. I don't know if you can see him, but he's like sitting behind his wire cage thing. I mean, that's not his cage, but it's like a playpen. But he's sitting behind it. Yes, and if once this live stream is done, if you watch the beginning, I am actually holding my bunny in it. So, how much of orange color do you see over there? It's their natural color, right? Yes, orange is the Dutch national color. They honestly don't really wear it here that much. It's only like when the World Cup is going on or the European Championships are on, is when they will wear orange. One thing I will say though is with the Dutch is they do kind of keep to themselves unless you get to know them. Whereas in the USA, Americans are like, they'll like wave to you and say, hi, how are you? And here they're kind of more like, they do keep more to themselves unless you get to know them more. Is Holland very diverse? Yes, Holland is very diverse. Yes, it is. all kinds of different cultures here. Yes. Why did you move to the Netherlands for job purposes? No, actually, my husband had just gotten out of the Marine Corps, and I got out of the Marine Corps a few years before him. And yeah, no, we just decided to move here just to try it out, and yeah, we decided that we wanted to move back to the USA because we missed it a lot, and we missed our family a lot. So yeah, so we just moved here just to experience something different before we settle down and have kids. Sumitra Satapathy says, "Hi Minka, have you seen the movie King's Speech? Please comment 2 lines on the movie." I have seen the King's Speech. I don't know 2 lines from the movie. I will say I haven't seen it in a really long time, but I love the King's Speech a lot. Yes. Excuse Supreme Being. Oh, I had to stay to see that bunny. Peace to you and the family. You're awesome. Thank you. Bye. Coaster World says, what is the most famous shop or supermarket there? The most famous supermarket, it's called Albert Heijn. So here what they do is they have a few chains. They don't really have they don't really have too many grocery stores, and it's crazy because this country is so small. And I mean the USA is massive, right? Just massive. So you can go from like one city to the next in a quite short period of time. But yeah, so the biggest chain is called Albert Heijn. It's the grocery store chain here, and then there's another chain called Dean. Yeah, so that's the 2 grocery store chains that are near us. Ayush Jane, is David still camera shy? Yes. He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. He doesn't like to be in front of the camera. So. Salman Akhtar says, by the way, I didn't mention how beautiful you are. Stay happy and positive. Thank you. I try to be positive, so. I think positive can really make a difference, you know, just like smiling, you know, with, you know, just overall, I don't know, I don't want to say attractiveness, but, you know, if you're like happy, it can really make a huge difference. So, okay, Coaster World says, where's your cat? My cat is in a different room because she cannot be in the same room as my rabbit. So she is in a different room right now. So I'm not going to bring her out during this live stream because my rabbit is out and it's his turn. So yeah. It's like when they're in the same room together, we kind of have to like, you know, watch them because my bunny, he'll sometimes chase after my cat, and it's not that good because my cat doesn't like that very much. So. So I'm going to be on here for about like 15 more minutes or so, 15, 20 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or anything, just let me know. Yeah. Also, like when I do these live streams, I try to let you guys know, you know, like a bit ahead of time, but I can't really let you know when I'm doing these live streams like days ahead of time because, you know, things can change, plans can change. I don't want to say I'm going to do a live stream and then I don't do it. So it's just kind of a spur of the moment type of thing, but I'm going to try and do more live streams. It's been a really busy few months, and I used to do these live streams a lot, so I'm going to try and keep doing them again. So yeah, but I'll let you guys know like a few hours ahead of time when I am going to do a live stream. So yeah. How different is Essie Clipsman says, how different is the transport system of Holland compared to the USA? Very different. Yes, that's a good point. It's a huge difference. So usually the Dutch here, they do have cars, but they usually use trains. You know, they usually use trains to, they usually use trains to go to different places. They'll use their bikes, they'll walk. So whereas in America, you pretty much, unless you're living in like New York City or something, you pretty much have to, you know, like drive. But here they usually use the train to get around. So, and bike. Have you ever been to India before? What is it you like most about India? I have not been to India before. I think it would be fun to go there sometime though. I love Indian food though, like curry and mango lassis. My dad can make some really good Indian food. Oh my gosh. Coastal World says, what national parks have you been to in the USA? And also, does Holland have national parks? Holland, okay, so I've been to a few like national forests. That's pretty much it though. Like in northern Arizona, I've been to some national forests. I've been to some craters in the US. I think one in Arizona, eastern New Mexico, no, eastern Arizona, and I think it was in eastern Arizona, I think. And then, yeah, I don't know. I've been to like, I don't know if I've been to like any other national parks though, honestly. I can't think of any right now. Sorry. Holland, does Holland have national parks? Yeah, they actually have this like flower festival thing, or you know, it's in May. It's like they have a bunch of their they have a bunch of tulips and stuff, and it's called Keukenhof, I think it's called, and it's a big thing in spring where there's a bunch of tulips that bloom, and it's like a real huge like flower field. It's really, really pretty. So there are certain things like that, and there's this like town here that they have. I think it's from around the 1300s or 1500s, and the only way to get to the town, I believe, is through boats. So like when you go through the town, you have to go in a boat. So yeah, it's really, really, really cool. What improvement do you see yourself in due to this channel? Are you feeling any difference in stuttering as you're facing in the past 6 months or so? Honestly, no. I haven't really had too much experience with stuttering so far because at my last job I would talk a lot more, and I'm unemployed right now, but I'm going to be getting a job when we move. So I honestly haven't had too many like stuttering experiences, you know. Yeah, and I'm in school full time, but I'm in school online, so I'm not really talking that much unless it's to my family or to my spouse. So I'm not like really trying to improve with. I'm not trying to improve with stuttering. I'm just, you know, I like talking about my experiences with, you know, on this channel. I just like sharing them. So. Hi Minka, I comment once in a while on your videos. Anyways, I wanted to know if there's anything you do to work on your stuttering technique-wise or supplement-wise, magnesium or B1 vitamin. Actually, I have not done anything, taken any supplements or anything for that. I have never tried if it works or not. It could work for all I know, I'm not really sure. But I have not tried any supplements or anything, so I honestly can't say. Sorry. Say hi to Donald Trump for me in DC. I'm not going to DC anymore. Salvatore Alessio says, hey Minka, I have this same problem. Hello, you are not alone. Sumitra Satapathy says, you like yoga. I've seen your videos. Yes, I love yoga a lot. That's my main form of movement or exercise, I guess you can say. I love yoga a lot. Sumin Akhtar, what type of job will you find in the US? I'm not really sure what type of job I'll find. Probably some type of administration job, because that's what I did in the Marine Corps. So just probably some type of admin job, yeah. Although I am hoping to do something, a type of job regarding baking, because I love to bake so much. So we'll see. Is Holland very religious? Compared to the US, it's not very religious at all, honestly. It's not a very religious place. They're very open-minded here. They're very accepting of everyone. They don't really judge, You know, there's certain pockets of the Netherlands, though, where they are really religious, but it's, as a country as a whole, it's not really religious at all, to be honest. Laura Crispy says, hello, hi. I'm gonna be on here, guys, for about like 5 more minutes. So if you have any last questions or anything, let me know. 6, 5. It's funny because I'm studying religion also in college, and America is so much more. America is actually a pretty religious country overall, you know. Miss Sunshine says, it's so good that you're using this platform to talk about stuttering. Starting a YouTube channel where I talk about stuttering has always been on my list. I truly appreciate what you're doing. If you want to start a channel about stuttering, you honestly should, because the more voices that are out there, the better, because when I first started my channel, there was like hardly any videos on stuttering out there. So it's a very small topic, but you know, if you want to spread the message, it's awesome. So that's what I use this channel for. Coaster World says, are you planning on getting a dog? Oh yeah. When we move, when we get a house, we are going to be getting a lot of, my husband and I love pets a lot. So we're going to be getting a lot of dogs. We're going to be getting more bunnies, and my parents actually have my bird that they took care of before I joined the Marine Corps, and I'm going to be getting a snake, and we're going to be getting more cats, and we're also going to be getting chickens as well. So yes, we really want to get an Anatolian Shepherd. I love those dogs so much. I love huge dogs. Like I'm a big dog person. Laura Crispy says, you look pretty today. Thank you. A Sea Cliffs Man says, you are so nice and kind. Stay happy. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just not, I'm a pretty happy person. You know, I mean, trust me, I have my times when I'm down, like feeling down. Trust me, I'm not always like, I'm so happy all the time. But I mean, you know, overall, I'm a pretty happy person. Anurag Kamala says, you are my inspiration, dear. I'm glad. Yay. I try to be inspiring. S.C. Cliffsman says, your husband is very lucky. Thank you. Coastal World says, I would recommend either a Beagle or a Labrador. Yes, actually, I do like those dogs. Out of those two, I probably would get a Labrador, but I really like German Shepherds, Anatolian Shepherds, and Australian Shepherds. I don't know if any of you guys... David! Blowing his vape smoke. David's like right behind the camera over there, so... Gosh, where did I put my phone? I wanted to show everyone what... Oh, you know what? I'm just going to get my phone. Hold on. I want to show you guys what an Anatolian Shepherd looks like. I mean, I'm sure you guys can just look it up. But, like, I just really want to show you. Because I just love them so much. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I used to have an Australian Shepherd, and those dogs are amazing. I just love those dogs so much. Hold on. I'm looking it up so I can show you. Anatolian Shepherd. I think they're originally from Turkey, like the breed is from Turkey, but they basically look like this. I don't know if you can see. It may be hard to see, but this is the dog. They're huge. Like, they're really big dogs. The only thing with with big dogs though is a lot of times they can have like hip issues, you know, they don't usually live as long. Whoops. Yeah. There we go. I put it lower so you guys can see it. But yeah, like they're just like amazing, huge dogs, you know, like they're just really cute. Okay. You are looking stunning today. Amazing glow in your face. Thank you. I'm feeling good. If big dogs, then go for Labradors, Boxers, Pit Bulls, Golden Retriever. All the Shepherds are good. Yes, I used to have an Anatolian Shepherd. Crap. No, I used to have an Australian Shepherd. And those dogs are amazing. And they're gorgeous too. They're gorgeous dogs. You know? Really, they honestly are. I gotta show you guys, gotta pull up a picture of an Australian Shepherd. This is an Australian Shepherd. They're gorgeous dogs. They're like gray with black spots and brown and white. They're beautiful. So, ooh, pretty dog. I honestly don't like tiny little fluff balls. Yeah, I mean, small dogs are cute, but I like big dogs. In what city do you live in Holland? I live in oh, I'm sorry, hold on one second. Do you think it's okay to say like what city I live in here or not? No? Okay. It's kind of it's a town. It's near, I think it's called Edinburgh, I think. It's like a smaller town. I truly appreciate your work, videos you're making on stuttering. Thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. It makes me happy to know that they're inspiring to you guys. You know, it makes me feel good uploading these videos as well. Do you own a house or going to rent it in the USA? Actually, we're going to be living with my parents first, and then we're going to be buying a house. So we're going to be moving in with my parents and living with them, and then we're going to be buying a house afterwards. Coastal World says, I have a beagle. Yeah, beagles are really cute dogs too. I used to have a friend that had some, so they're very cute. Okay, guys, well, I'm gonna go. So this has been really nice talking to you guys. I don't know when I'm gonna be doing my next live stream, but it will be soon. So just stay tuned. I will let you know through Instagram, my Instagram account, my Facebook page, also on YouTube. I let you guys know. I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll let you know when I'm doing my next live stream. So I appreciate you all being here very much. And for those who are watching the replay or watching now, don't forget to hit the red subscribe button and hit the small bell icon for more mukbangs, stuttering videos, and I just do kind of a variety of videos. But yeah, anyway, bye guys.